For you are unworthy of me.
Clothes,
You're unworthy of your...
weapons,
You're unworthy! I now take from you your...
leg, and eye.
Hello there everyone, welcome back, and today I will be reviewing the game Z-Dawn. Now before I start, I want to express my thanks to the developers from Golden God Games for providing me a key to the game for me to review, and that this review is based on Z-Dawn version 1.1.4. So what is Z-Dawn? Z-Dawn is a survival management RPG that describes itself as a fast-paced, turn-based game with a light touch of roguelike elements in a zombie apocalypse world. Z-Dawn is developed and published by Golden God Games. Although it took pride in being called a fast-paced, turn-based game, the number of turns needed to pass before anything will happen makes Z-Dawn incredibly slow. At the start, you are in control of a ragtag group of survivors with each of them having their own profession. With nothing but a handful of supplies and each other, you set off in a barren wasteland in search for a place to call home. Though creating a safe haven for your survivors is nothing more than having a base of operation, the end goal for your survivors is to get rescued from this god-forsaken wasteland. The starting days of your survival are pretty straightforward. You would go around looking for a place that has a town and a forest nearby each other. Ideally, you would want to establish a base that is between the two and that it will not take more than a single turn to walk over to either of those locations. And once that is done, how you split the group of survivors between defending your newly found home and scavenging for resources will be dependent on the kind of profession that your survivors have. Professions are, in a way, a starting perk for your survivors. The profession of your starting survivors and their stats can be changed before you start the game. Professions such as the civil engineers, farmers, and electricians are catered towards the home base, as it allows them to build buildings faster, farm produce grow faster, and have a higher crowd defense efficiency respectively. Whereas professions such as the military, police, and nurse are geared towards fighting and survival, because it allows the survivors to have better proficiency with certain weapons and healing items. With that being said, as you accept more and more survivors into your group along the way, the clear advantages of having such perk can easily be blurred due to the sheer amount of firepower that your survivors will have down the line. Until your survivors have reached such strength, you would spend most of your turn gathering resources to achieve such height. Resources are a key role in keeping your survivors alive, and just like in every other zombie survival game, you need food to keep your survivor hunger in check. And food can be scavenged from the malls along with clothes and weapons. Building materials such as wood, circuits, and advanced tools are required to build and upgrade your base. The former can be harvested from the nearby forest, whereas the latter requires you to go out and explore places that can be scavenged for you. You will discover that the wasteland is the home of not only zombies, but also other survivors as you explore the wasteland. Some are rather neutral about your existence, whereas the rest see you as nothing but a prime target for easy resources. But that should not discourage you from having an amicable relationship with some of the survivor group. The benefit of doing so allows you to create resources with each other, and if you're lucky, you can create your resources for high-end weapons pretty early on in the game. The entirety of Z-Dawn gameplay can simply be described as simple. Even the combat is simple, as it's literally taking turns hitting each other with a stick until one of us dies. Maybe due to such simplicity that I find Z-Dawn to be a compelling game. But as I progress further into the game, the word compelling slowly unmasks itself to be the word grinding instead. Compelling and grinding are undoubtedly two sides of the same coin. The difference between the former and the latter is you are able to tolerate the process even if you don't enjoy it, and the other is you find the process to be nothing but a chore. Z-Dawn is one of those rare games that is able to dissolve the beautiful illusion the word compelling is in the game. At first, you are naturally compelled to gather resources for your survival and to build your base, for it is on par for the cost for every survival game out there. But when you have built and upgraded every single building in your base and getting your survivors decked out with powerful weapons, All that remains is for your survivors to get rescued. There are two ways in getting rescued. The first is via the military and the other is by the civilians. Either way, the process of getting rescued is really grindy. You must first give your rescuers a reason to rescue you, and for that, you must search for an item that they need. The number of turns needed for an individual to search for an item can take up to 10 turns or more. Even then, it won't be the item that you need. Given that the value of such an item will be so valuable, make no mistake in knowing that you will take hundreds or even thousands of turns just to find it due to you shuffling back and forth to your base just to store the item that you found from trying to find the item that you actually need. Other than the obvious grind, a minor inconvenience that I have in ZDawn will be its user interface. It would be nice to have a text indicator specifying the items my survivors have found from scavenging instead of a visual representation of the category the item belongs to, along with a text indicator of the result of an item being scrapped. Although it's minor, it's a nice quality of life improvement to have. At its core, ZDawn is a survival management game, and only a subset of gamers would truly appreciate the experience ZDawn brings because of that. But surviving for too long, you will see what ZDawn truly is, and for that, I rate ZDawn 7 out of 10. Is ZDawn worth playing during your downtime? I can only say that it would be, if you have a palate for management and survival games combined. From my experience playing ZDawn, I can say that not everyone will be able to enjoy this game, and only gamers that enjoy a certain niche would truly appreciate the experience. You can get ZDawn for $10 or your region equivalent, and as always, you can wait for it to be on sale. ZDawn is available on the PC and the Apple Store, and for this review, ZDawn is reviewed on the PC. I hope this review is helpful to you, and if you prefer a written review of ZDawn, you can take a look at the description box below for the link. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more reviews and non-commentary gameplay. I am Zed, and I hope to see you all next time. See ya!